Hello guys, back again. Got new glasses today, so these aren't as like cloudy as the other ones did. Actually, it's been 4 years since I got glasses, so like the coating was coming off it, and they were really like bad. I wish I had them here to show them real close to the camera, but the coating was coming off. They're real cloudy and bad, and I finally got my new glasses in today, so I can actually see better, which is always good. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Here we're going to talk about EA Sports UFC game. And when a company takes over a sports franchise, and sports franchises, I mean, some people like them, some people hate them, just depends on who you are. You wonder what differences they're going to make, right? Because a lot of times, like, okay, somebody else new's taking over this game. The first year of it, like, if you were, like, taking a yearly installment of something, you know you're not going to see many changes. But the second year is when you'd see changes. Obviously, in this case, UFC hasn't come out, like, every year, and EA took it over. And so you're like, what are they going to do different? And then they make this announcement that really surprised me, because I never thought I'd be talking about a UFC game when I'm talking about video games. And that was basically that legendary martial artist Bruce Lee will be part of the roster of EA Sports UFC, which in a way does make perfect sense. I mean, if you never watched a UFC fight, it's part boxing, part martial arts, mixed in some mission moves, basically, and that's what UFC is. Very physical matches. And so we're gonna have Bruce Lee, which is really cool. I mean, to see Bruce Lee kind of in this kind of game in the octagon, it'd be quite interesting to see how they're gonna do this and pull this off. I wonder what kind of stats they're gonna give them. Are they gonna give him, like, is he gonna be like the ungodly stat character, or is he just gonna be, obviously he'd be one of the upper tier characters. He would be like, man, I don't know if they'd make him the upper tier guy, but he'd obviously be one of the upper tier characters in the game. And on top of that, they basically EA's game's official Twitter was asked whether they were going to actually release a demo for the game, and they said yes, they would. Now, they didn't mention when the demo might debut in any way, but of course it's safe to say that it'll either appear maybe right before or shortly after the June 17th release, because of course sometimes with sport games, EA's games, especially sport games, sometimes they like to release the demo after the game's already out. So of course, this will be on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and so there you go. This was made by EA Canada, one of the divisions of EA, of course. So, what do you think about the fact Bruce Lee's added to the game? To me, that's kind of cool. Bruce Lee added to the game. I like when they get kind of creative. Like, he was a real guy. He was a martial artist, and to add some things like that. I mean, to be honest, Bruce Lee's almost gone from, an action star to almost a legend or a myth at this point when you talk about kung fu or you talk about action, right? I mean, that's just what has built up over time with him. And his name means a lot, and it's surprising they put him in the game. At the same time, it kind of makes sense, and it draws attention to your game, right? Anything that draws attention to your game is cool. He should be, technically, if I were doing this, you want to draw attention to the game, you'd have either limited edition or something with him on the cover of the game. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, what do you think about Bruce Lee being added to UFC? Whether you care or not, do you think it's cool Bruce Lee's added to the game? Would it make you buy this game if you weren't going to buy it? Anyway, guys, like always, thanks for liking, favorite, subscribing. I really do appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Later.